Once upon a time, in a small town nestled among the hills, there lived a young girl named Maya. She loved the night sky and spent many evenings lying on her back, gazing up at the stars. One warm summer night, as Maya lay on her blanket, she noticed a bright star in the sky. It twinkled and shone, seemingly beckoning her to come closer. Maya got up and followed the star, walking through the darkened streets until she came to a clearing on the edge of town. There, under the light of the star, stood an old man with a telescope. His name was Mr. Jones, and he was the town's resident stargazer. Mr. Jones invited Maya to look through his telescope and see the wonders of the universe up close. Maya peered through the telescope, and her eyes widened with wonder. She saw planets and galaxies, nebulas and supernovas, all in stunning detail. Mr. Jones told her stories about the constellations and their myths, and Maya was enthralled. From that night on, Maya visited Mr. Jones every clear evening to stargaze. They would talk about the stars and their secrets, and Maya learned all she could about the cosmos. She even started bringing her own telescope, and the two of them would set them up side by side and explore the night sky together. As the summer turned into fall, Maya's visits to Mr. Jones became less frequent. She had school and homework to worry about, and the weather was getting colder. But she never forgot the magic of those starry nights. Years passed, and Maya grew up to be a scientist who studied the mysteries of the universe. She traveled the world and saw sights beyond her wildest dreams, but she never forgot the lessons she learned from Mr. Jones. One day, Maya returned to her hometown for a visit. She went to the old clearing where she and Mr. Jones used to stargaze, but she found it changed. There was a new housing development there, and the stars were barely visible through the light pollution. Maya was disappointed, but she knew that the stars were still up there, waiting to be discovered by anyone who dared to look. She took out her telescope and set it up, determined to share the wonder of the universe with others, just as Mr. Jones had done for her so many years ago. As she peered through the lens, Maya saw a young girl walking by, gazing up at the sky. Maya called out to her and invited her to take a look. The girl's eyes widened in amazement as she saw the stars up close, and Maya knew that the magic of stargazing would live on through the generations, just as it had for her. And as Maya lay back on her blanket, gazing up at the stars, she knew that Mr. Jones was looking down on her, proud of the stargazer she had become. Maya continued to visit her hometown from time to time, and each time she did, she would set up her telescope in the clearing and share her love of the stars with anyone who was interested. One evening, as Maya was packing up her telescope, a young boy approached her. He introduced himself as Timmy, and he said he had been watching her stargazing for several nights in a row. "Can I look through your telescope?" Timmy asked. "Of course," Maya replied, smiling. As Timmy looked through the lens, Maya could see the wonder in his eyes. "It's amazing," he said. "I've never seen anything like it before." Maya nodded. "The universe is full of wonders," she said. "And it's all waiting for us to explore." From that day on, Timmy became a regular visitor to the stargazing clearing. He would bring his friends with him, and Maya would set up her telescope and show them the stars. As time went by, Maya noticed that more and more children were coming to see the stars. She realized that there was a hunger for knowledge and wonder in the world, and that it was up to her to help feed that hunger. Maya decided to start a stargazing club for kids in her hometown. She enlisted the help of Mr. Jones, who was now retired but still as passionate about stargazing as ever. Together, they taught the children about the stars and the universe, and they inspired a new generation of stargazers. Years went by, and Maya grew old. She continued to stargaze and teach children, even as her eyesight grew weaker and her body grew frail. One night, as she lay in her bed, Maya looked out the window at the stars. She felt at peace, knowing that she had done her part to share the magic of the universe with others. As she closed her eyes, Maya saw the night sky in her mind's eye, and she smiled. The stars were eternal, and their beauty and wonder would never fade. And Maya knew that, even after she was gone, the Stargazing Club would continue, and the universe would continue to inspire and amaze those who dared to look up at the night sky.